Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Hazim FITRI bin HASHIM and my matrix number is 273919115. Okay, today I would like to present about the present issue in Islamic home financing, which is baik bersama ajil contract. First of all, let me explain a little bit about what is Islamic home financing. Islamic home financing is the financing that provided by Islamic banking to reduce prohibited element in contract of purchases. As we know, there is conventional loan, but in the conventional loan, there is a lot of involvement on prohibited element. So Islamic home financing give some opportunities to people, especially Muslim, to involve in purchases of house or property without any prohibited element. So yeah, we as a Muslim, we should avoid all the element of prohibited. And then the contract involve Islamic home financing. Actually, there is a lot of contract such as BBA financing, musyarakah mutanakisah, al-istisna, murabaha, ijarah muntahiyah bi tamlik, ijarah mausufah fi zimah, and tawaru. Okay, as you can see, there is a bar chart about percentage of product offered by Islamic Bank in Malaysia. As we can see, BBA financing has a majority because many Islamic Bank in Malaysia, they use BBA financing to give they use BBA financing in the purpose of purchasing house. Okay, then we can see that musyarakah mutanakisah have 22%, tawaru al-istisna and murabaha financing got 4%, and others contract is 9%. Okay, this is the list of Islamic home financing based on instrument in Malaysia. We have Affin Islamic Bank Berhad. The ownership status is local and the Islamic instrument offered is musyarakah mutanakisah. We also have Al-Rajahi Bank Investment Corporation. The ownership status is foreign, and Islamic instrument is baik bersama ajil. We also have Alliance Islamic Bank Berhad. The ownership status is local, Islamic instrument is baik bersama ajil. And then we also have M Islamic Bank Berhad, the local bank, and the Islamic instrument is baik bersama ajil. We have also Asian Finance Bank Berhad. The ownership status is foreign, Islamic instrument tawaru and al-istisna. Okay, this is the main of Islamic Bank in Malaysia, which is Bank Islam Malaysia Berhad. The ownership of course local, and the Islamic instrument is tawaru. We also have Bank Muamalat Malaysia Berhad. Ownership status is local, Islamic instrument is tawaru and al-istisna. We also have CIMB Islamic Bank Berhad, which is a local bank, and the Islamic instrument provided is murabaha tawaru. We also have Hong Leong Islamic Bank Berhad, local bank, and they are offered tawaru contract. We also have HSBC Amanah Malaysia Berhad, which are foreign bank, and the Islamic instrument is musyarakah mutanakisah. We also have Kuwait Finance House Malaysia Berhad. The ownership of status is foreign bank. The Islamic instrument is al-ijarah muntahiyah bi tamlik and al-ijarah mausufah fi zimah. Bank Islamic Berhad also offered the Islamic home financing, which is musyarakah mutanakisah and murabaha. OCBC Al-Amin also offered ijarah mutahiyah bi tamlik. Public Islamic Bank Berhad, which is local bank, and the Islamic instrument is baik bersama ajil. Al-Hashmi Bank Islamic Bank Berhad, they offer musyarakah mutanakisah, and Standard Chartered Sadiq Berhad, which is the foreign bank, and they offered musyarakah contract. Okay, for the next part is baik bisa makjil. I will explain a little bit about the BBA contract. BBA contract defined as a deferred payment sale contract of an asset with pre-agreed price, payment method and profit. So commonly at the beginning of the contract, the bank will determine the pre-agreed price between between bank and customer. The bank also will explain the payment method if the customer purchase the house, and then for the profit, the bank will expose the profit, which is markup price that comes from the house. Okay, BBA contract is widely used in most of the Malaysian Islamic banks. The combination of various contracts such as Bai al-Murabahah, Bai al-Inah and Bai al-Ajil. The principle of BBA contract are: first, selling price of the property based on cost price. Second, selling price will be exposed by the bank. Third, the percentage of margin profit must be agreed. Fourth, monthly payment basis stated clearly. And fifth, no penalty charge for late payment. So basically, we can see that BBA contract is fair fair to the customer, because when we use this financing, we will be exposed all the price, all the profit that bank will gain, and then we also know the selling price of the house, cost price of the house, and we also know monthly payment basis like how much that we need to pay every month, and BBA financing also, they know penalty charge for late payment. Okay, as you can see, this is the framework of baik bisa makjil contract. Okay, first, the developer will sell the house to the customer, and customer will purchase the house from developer. Second, the customer will sell the house at cost price to the bank, and bank will sell back the house to the customer at cost price plus markup price. Okay, now let's continue to our main topic, which is pricing issue in baik bisa makjil. Okay, for the first issue is some of people assume that BBA contract only replace the profit rate to interest rate. As we know, in BBA financing, there is no element of interest. But why they say like that? Because they see the profit rate that bank put on the property is too high. So in their perspective, the bank just only use profit rate to cover the interest rate. Okay, for the second point is there is no difference in term of price between BBA, baik bisa makjil, and conventional loan. This is because we can see the BBA financing, the price of the house, the selling price is too expensive. If we compare to conventional loan, even though conventional loan have interest rate, but we can compare between these two financing. The housing price is similar. So yeah, there is no difference in terms of price. Maybe some of people thinks that if they use the BBA contract Islamic financing, maybe the price is a little bit cheap, more than conventional loan. Okay, for the third point is when the customer using BBA contract, BBA financing, customer do not understand how BBA financing works. So it will give the impact to the bank, because the bank, I ensure that the bank will explain details to the customer about the BBA financing, but some of customer, they feel like it's nothing to take responsible to understand more. But at the end of the contract, the customer will assume the bank is corrupt, or the bank is too much. So yeah, this is also one of issue that arise in BBA. Okay, for the last point is majority of customer assume that Islamic financing will be more cheaper compared to conventional loan. As I mentioned before, when they see Islamic financing home, so they will expect that the price of the house will be more cheaper with compared to the conventional loan, because we know that in home financing there is no interest rate, there is no gharar. So for them it's maybe their assumption that they say that Islamic financing will be more cheaper compared to conventional loan, but it's wrong. Solution of the issue rising in Islamic home financing, which is BIFS Ma'ajil financing. Okay, some of Islamic bank has established the home financing by using musyarakah mutanakisah. So for your information, the first Islamic financing is BIFS Ma'ajil financing. Because of the bank receive a lot of criticism from the customer, so they make another way by establish a new home financing by using the different contract. What is musyarakah mutanakisah? We need to understand more. We need to understand clearly about the musyarakah mutanakisah. Okay, musyarakah mutanakisah is the purchasing house based on partnership between bank and customer. The bank and the customer jointly buy the house property according to their share of the house. Commonly, the bank will own the house by 90%, and the customer will own the house by 10%. Okay, the ownership of property will be owned by the bank. The bank will lease the house to the customer, and the customer will pay based on pre-agreed monthly payment to the bank. The customer will fully own the house after settle all the installment to the bank. Okay, as we can see, the musyarakah mutanakisah is much understanding concept compared to the BIFS Ma'ajil financing. So there is no argument about how the process of the musyarakah mutanakisah, how the process of installment, how the process of profit rate. So yeah, this is one of solution of Islamic banks in to try to settle the issue that arise in BIFS Ma'ajil financing. Okay, for the conclusion of this presentation is, I can conclude that there are a lot of weaknesses in BBA financing. Islamic banks should take this responsible because they are bring the expectation of people, especially by Muslim. Islamic banks should not to depend on conventional loan. The customer should be understanding of how Islamic contracts works, and we as a Muslim, we should trust on our expertise of Islamic finance. Okay, thank you from me.